Congress will reconvene from its summer recess in the next few weeks. At this summer's cattle industry meeting in Denver, Colorado, we had a chance to ask producers what their message to Congress is for the coming session. We have more in this week's Cattlemen's Capital Concerns.
They need to be leaders with a window and not with a mirror. And we need to look out for, we need to do the right things for the right reasons and not have politics drive everything. You know, some of these issues are very important to the country. Some of these issues are critical to our future, and the urban-rural gap is growing. And I think Congress has got to think long-term, number one. They got to be fiscally responsible, number two, and they need to manage with a window and not just with a mirror.
You know, what's important for us in the industry in North Dakota is the limited amount of government intervention in our business. There's been lots of talk about the climate change, the cap-and-trade legislation, and the Clean Water Act, and these navigable waters definition, and so we're taking a big interest in those, and those are some things that we've never ever talked about in North Dakota before as far as environmental concerns, but we're taking them to heart and we're watching what they're doing, and so our message would be to them to think about the people outside the Beltway who have to make a living to doing what we love to do, and so don't make rules that are going to put us out of business.
The beef producers out here have a lot of concern on environmental issues, but you know, if we want to continue to be the people out here in the country that feed the world, we're going to have people step forward like Congress to help us keep providing the food out here to feed the world and the country.
I'd like to see Congress do more to stimulate business, small business, rather than I think what our industry is surely seeing is more potential regulation, more legislation that I think is going to cost industry and stymie our ability to move forward, create jobs, and stimulate the economy. I don't think the federal government can spend its way out of this thing. I think they need to help small business. Agriculture is still the most important thing we do in this nation, and sometimes I think as agriculturalists, you go home and think, gee, maybe we don't have any importance to these people. I get the feeling sometimes that we're sure on the back burner with them, but at the same time they keep throwing out regulatory regulations that are impacting our ability to be profitable and move forward.
The Washington, D.C. office of the National Cattlemen's Beef Association works hard every day on Capitol Hill to represent your best interests. Support NCBA and the efforts of the D.C. team by joining today. To do so, simply call 1-866-USA-BEEF or visit us at beefusa.org.